Hi, welcome, welcome. I am so glad you joined us today. I'm Kelly Pitts, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Lubbock, Texas, and I have been a demonstrator since 2005. So that's about 18 years, I think, that I've been doing this, mostly as a hobby, and that's what a lot of my team members do. Stampin' Up! Is a direct sales company, and so we do build teams who enjoy getting a discount. And that's what my team members do. And that's awesome. We love it. We have a lot of fun together as team members, and we have a lot of fun together as customers who get to come to my local classes here in Lubbock, and would love to have you come to one of my card making experiences too sometime very soon. I'd love to know who you are when you tune in. Let me see if I can see any comments. I'm going to go ahead and let me look here and see if I can find the little instructions for you in case you are a Facebook user and you haven't given permission to StreamYard yet to let me know who you are. I'd love to find out who you are so I can talk to you. Whether you tuned in here in Lubbock or you are tuning in live on YouTube, live on Facebook, or you're watching a replay. I'm always happy to have everyone who's interested in crafting to learn new techniques and learn how Stampin' Up! Products coordination is just incredible. I just love how all the colors go together. We have so many different colors. We have about 50 different colors, and all of the designer series paper coordinates with the cardstock, coordinates with ribbon and markers and alcohol markers and called Stampin' Blend. So we have all kinds of things that coordinate together really well. But I'm showing you a new technique today, or this is one that I learned recently from Jill Lancet. She has a YouTube channel and she showed this shattered technique. So I'm going to kind of show you how to do that today. Thanks for tuning in. And as I said, let me know if you want me to know who you are and be able to say hello, then just follow the instructions on the screen. Otherwise, you'll stay a Facebook user. I'll try to put that up again later, but let me see who all. Please comment and share with your crafty friends. And sorry, I look like a drowned rat. I just rushed to the shower, running late as usual this morning. I'm going to show you the products, and I have them I think I got everything in the list that we're using today, the supply list that was on the post. So that should show up for you. The Feel Better Soon comes from the Wanted to Say dies. And these are, they're all two-step. And this one says, "You're too kind, feel better soon." And on this side, we have happy birthday and celebrate. I know those are backwards for you. That's just the way it is until we cut them out. So, but they look like this. They are all two-step. They kind of have one die that is the inside and then one die that is the outside or outline portion. So we're going to play with those today. I had really been wanting something that said the Feel Better Soon. I kind of like that even better than Get Well Soon. So we've got other cute little packages that go with your birthday, and starfish and hearts and flowers. So other things besides just that die. And this actually, you get 14 dies in here, and the number is 161594. If you're interested in that die set, I'm always happy to help you. You can go to my online store. Just everything is based from my blog at createwithkelly.com. And I'll show you the other products we're using, then we'll get started on the card. Kind of want to give everybody a minute to tune in. This is the Deckled Circles dies, and it is number 162286. And you get 14 of these gorgeous deckled circles. Aren't those awesome? You can do so much. This one is like 6 inches. So they go from about an inch to about 6 inches. So even larger than a card front, but you can use portions of it on a card front, or you can do a rocker card, all kinds of things with these circles. So I highly recommend them. And we are going to use these today. Excuse me. I'm doing this a little bit different than Jill Lancet did on her video, just because it was easier for my brain to figure it out, I think. Okay, we're also using on the inside, I've just got one of the sentiments from Happy Labels. You could use any sentiment that's appropriate for Feel Better Soon on the front. And then for the inside, I'm also just using a decorative leaf from the Gorgeously Made, since that is the Gorgeously Made DSP there on front. And also this one is easier if you use the foam adhesive strips behind the Feel Better Soon. They just seem to fit better and you can get them propped up easier than using dimensionals. But if all you have is Stampin' Dimensionals, then you can cut them in half or cut along the edge and make your own strips. Also, I'm going to be using the, excuse me, iridescent rhinestone basic jewels. And those are item number 158130. We have some runaways here, runaway embellishments stuck on the back. So again, thanks for tuning in. Let me know that you're here and we will get going on this card. Fun times ahead. Oh, another one is some of the new ribbon. This is what I'm using on here, the iridescent ribbon. Iridescent, let's see what it calls it. Yeah, just iridescent ribbon. It's 1/2 inch and it's white, but it is iridescent. It really picks up a lot of different colors. If you can see that. Isn't that pretty? It is kind of stiffer than some, but it's not so stiff. You can't tie a bow. It's just pretty thick if you tie a bow. So I just did a knot. So you can use that on a lot of different products, but I felt like it worked well with the iridescent gems. So that's what we're doing today. We'll get these out, all of our goodies over here, and I'll switch our little screen around where y'all can see better. Boop. There we go. All right. And we'll show you this technique. Oh, another thing I used was the embossing folder. That's one of the basics 3D folders, 161599. And this is the crosshatch one. There's one with dots, one with crosshatch, and one with kind of either a snowflakey star flower, kind of a different shape. Okay, I think I have what I need here. And this is your typical 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. And hopefully I brought a bone folder in here. I thought I had one right here with all my tools. Let's see if I can find it. Not seeing it. May have to run get it. Or use my fingernail. There we go. Let's see if we can make that happen. I have about 6 of them, and we have been doing classes. I did a presentation at the Lubbock Women's Club and had wonderful helpers who were on my team and customers and all that. And we all got to make a Christmas card recently. And so I have a lot of that stuff is just still packed up. So I may have to run get my bone folder if I need it. And I might as well do that. I think I'm missing something else too. I guess we'll figure out. I didn't put everything where I should have put it this morning. I got so excited. I've got such a fun retreat coming up, a holiday Christmas crafting retreat. And that is coming up October 28th. And I was working on that this morning. I had an idea last night right before we went to dinner with friends. And I got up out of bed and started working on that. And then I went, oh my goodness, I got a video this morning I got to get ready for. So hang on, I'll be right back. I will. Whoops, maybe there's something. Nope, that's not it. I'll be right back. I'm coming. Okay. I think I have what I need now. Here we go. Sorry about that, peeps. All right. What do we want to do first? I think we might as well get the inside done, and that way the technique part will be last. We're going to go ahead and type. That wouldn't be any fun if we're typing, right? Okay. Sorry, I lost some people there when I left. Dang it. Hate that. Okay. Hopefully you'll come back and see the technique. Okay. We're just going to stamp the I just want to hug you. I just think that's a cute little saying to have with the feel better soon. See if I can get everything in the window for you so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm just going to kind of put this over to the right, stamp straight down, straight up. That's it for the Night of Navy. And I choose the coordinating colors based on the Designer Series paper and what colors I want to bring out of that paper. So we're going to do the crushed curry on the inside, because the outside we have a lot of the sweet sorbet with the card base. Couldn't think of the word. And whenever you have a large stamp like this, it's usually easier to take the ink to the stamp rather than trying to do it this way where it doesn't all fit. Does that make sense? Okay, and I'm just going to kind of put this at the bottom left, kind of at an angle. Isn't that pretty? Simple, simple, and leaves you plenty of room to write. So that's what we're doing there. And get that cleaned off really quickly on my little Stampin' Chamois. Okay, we'll get that put into the card using our little glue mat. And where's my glue? Hope y'all are having a great weekend. A fun start to it anyway. You've got a little while to go, right? If you're watching this on Saturday when I'm doing it live, at least. If you're watching on the replay, hope you're having a great week, whatever time of the week you're in. Okay. I always like to do something on the inside, and then I would probably do this same thing on the envelope flap or the front of the envelope, something. We don't want naked envelopes. And just kind of leave an even border all the way around on that. That's just 4 by 5 1/4 for the inside of basic white. Then we're going to go ahead and tie the ribbon on. This is the iridescent ribbon. And I really think either side works. I don't see a negative, or I don't see anything really different on that. Sorry, this is freaking the camera out, I guess. Isn't that pretty ribbon? Okay. And I'm just going to, I usually do better if I'm tying a knot to tie it upside down, and that way my tails are right. And I start with the right side, right over left, and then I hold it there in the middle, grab the other side, and then your left ribbon, see, it's over here, so it's on your left. This is on the right now. So you do first one is right over left, then left over right, and you pull more on the left. Okay, this time I should have done it the other way, but I'll show you a magic fix for that. Okay, because you want a flat knot. So if you pull each side evenly, you're not going to get it flat. You have to pull more on that left side the way I'm doing it. So I did that upside down and shouldn't have. So there you go. Magic. You just take it off and slip it right back on. And I'm going to put this over toward the left because we're going to have our Feel Better Soon on this side. And I'm not going to glue anything. I'm not going to do anything about finishing that up until we get all the rest on. So now we're ready for our fun part. Okay, I'm not sure if I have, move those out of the way. Not sure if I have adhesive sheets on these or not. I don't remember, and I'm not seeing any cracks, so I must not have done that on here. But I would recommend using the adhesive sheets, putting the thin die that has the words on it, put those on an adhesive sheet and then peel the backing off. It makes it easier than what I'm about to do, but this will work if you don't have adhesive sheets or you don't remember to do it, which a lot of times I think of it after I've already cut it out. So here we go. Have a couple of little spots that didn't come out on the die, but it's easy peasy to fix. Just poke those out and let me know if you need to see those dies again. Hi, Kathy Winters. Glad you've tuned in. Thank you. Glad you like the card. That's great. Thanks for dropping in today. And thank you, Kathy. I think you were one of the ones, Kathy, that made this card, right, in our techniques class. I saw it. I was looking for something different to try for my techniques class. It was on September 10th. And I found that video from Jill Lancet on her channel on YouTube. And I think I linked her, the name she uses, her little handle or whatever you want to call it. And I linked that in the video description below, I think. Yes, Kathy. We have techniques class once a month that shows kind of some advanced techniques, and it is always fun. That is kind of with my regular stampers who come often and do a lot of stamping on their own. And Kathy is definitely one of those. She posts a lot, just like Rebecca does. Rebecca Thomas is one that posts a lot on my Create with Kelly Crew group. And that is on Facebook. I have a page on Facebook called Create with Kelly, but I'm the only one who can post on a page just the way Facebook has it set up. But y'all can post on my group, and anybody can join my Create with Kelly Crew group. And I'm happy to have lots of members. You'll find out some things on there that may not be on my blog or vice versa. If you want to subscribe to my blog, it's createwithkelly.com, and be sure to spell Kelly the right way, Kelley. And it's all run together, just createwithkelly.com. So you can sign up to like and follow my page on Facebook. You can join the group. You can subscribe to my blog. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. And you get lots of ideas in all those places, whichever one is your favorite. So you can see that is, you don't want a ton of glue. You don't want it oozing out onto your background, especially if this one is foil. This one is not, but it would be really pretty on the foil. And you just line this up with your outline, and there you have it. Look at that. How easy was that? I'm glad, Kathy. Yes, this die that really is pretty, and to have happy birthday and celebrate, those are really fun ones, and it takes up a lot of room on the card where you don't necessarily have to have a lot of other stuff, but it really adds, even with this technique as the focal point, this kind of becomes a focal point too. So it's kind of all together. When I'm working on a card and doing a focal point, I like to have them kind of connect in some way and not have everything all scattered over the whole card. Just kind of have a focal point in one area. Okay. Are y'all ready for the technique? Learn how to do this. Those of you who haven't, I know Kathy's already done it, but Kathy, you can share any steps that I skipped. Okay. On the way that Jill Lancet did it, which definitely worked for her, was she laid out a die like this that was larger than, and she taped it down to the piece of paper. And then she cut this piece up and kind of put it back together inside this outline. But I felt like I just really kind of wanted this to pop more against the red. And I thought it helped to have this background here. So I'm going to use this as my guide, but you could do it either way. You could watch the way Jill did it, or because she just lined it up on this, but this kind of made more sense to my brain. And I liked having the little layering look. So what you're going to do on the shattered technique is, dun, 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 dun. All right, I would start with, and I'm just saying this because this is the way Jill did it, and that's kind of what I followed. I cut off probably the top, little more than a fourth, less than a third, something like that. Cut off that piece. And let's go ahead. I think this will show up more against that mat. Let's take that underneath. Okay, I think that shows up better for you. Okay, and you're going to do it in larger pieces first. And you're just going to, this is the same kind of audition your pieces. See how they work. Okay, then we're going to take another chunk of this from the side. We're getting the big pieces first, and then we're going to cut smaller pieces out of it. Okay, so I'm just going to lay it where it goes so that I know kind of where that one belongs. And it's easier if you go ahead and whichever direction you're cutting your little wedges, if you make sure you've got a deckled edge, that really helps to know where that goes. You don't get them turned around, because if it was all straight edges, it'd be a little tougher to figure out exactly where each one goes. So trying to make them different sizes, different widths, different heights. Then you kind of get to an area that's, let's see, let's go long, skinny on that one. And we're just be sure and keep putting them back in here. And this circle, the deckled circle for this, is smaller than the deckled circle for the yellow part, right? Okay, so we're probably going to lose part of this, which is fine. I'm just going to cut that into, let's see, let's make that go right to that point. So we know that goes there, and that goes there. All right, so we kind of have them where we think we're going to need them, except they're going to have to be cut a little smaller because, of course, you're adding space in between each of these, so that makes it wider. All right. Okay, this one we're going to go ahead and cut into some smaller wedges now that we've got the big piece going. All right. And this kind of gives it that shattered look, or almost like shattered glass, or I think I'm just going to do that right there. We're going to have a few less pieces than I had on my first one. But this is all from that gorgeously made DSP. And if you're going to use this one, I would recommend, I forgot to tell you that to start with, if it's got words on it, even if you're not going to be able to read the words that are on the paper, let me see if I can get this close enough without dropping all these off to see. Can you see that, the words in there? So I tried to get those straight across where you could read them if you wanted to. Or at least it makes sense to your brain to have them straight across. Let me see if I can get, there we go, a little bit more in the center. Okay. And all we're going to do on these is you just start with one in one spot. And I'm going to start with this big piece right here. And I'm just going to use liquid glue. Y'all could use seal if you want, but I like to be able to have a little bit of wiggle room. All right. So I'm going to try to keep that straight across. I know it was pretty straight there. And I would kind of go around in a circle from that, make that kind of your pivot point. Try to leave about the same amount of space between here, the edge of the crushed curry, and the edge of the DSP. And we're just going to fill it in kind of like a jigsaw puzzle. And you leave a little bit, try to leave even spacing in between these. You don't need them too tight. You don't need them too far. Need them just right. Kind of like the Three Bears, right? Wasn't that the story that where they had this one's too hard, this one's too soft, whatever. So you want to get it just right. Okay, now we've got them all moving around here. So we may have to adjust these at the end when we get over here. And if you think one needs to be cut a little bit more, then cut it a little more. Just make sure you keep all your pieces where they should be. That one's a little far from the edge. That's where that wiggle room comes in. Giving me a little time to move it just a tad. Okay. Go ahead and get this one, and then I may, a little bit too much glue there. Okay. So I really thought, in my mind, this shattered technique that fit well with the Feel Better Soon, because it seems like you're not exactly the way you ought to be, whether you've had surgery or you've had an accident or you're just not feeling well. Okay, so we know, whoops, try to keep your other pieces where they go so that you don't get confused, because it's only going to fit one way. So anyway, that's what it made sense to me, for it to be a feel better soon. It's kind of like get all your pieces back together to feel better. Okay. Now we've got this little bit. Uh-oh, almost turned it around. Okay, see, that is not exactly going to fit anymore because, like I said, I probably have that one a little too far. Let's see if we can pull it. Nope, it's going to stay where it is. Okay, so what we're going to do there is trim that off a little bit. See, now it fits. Just try to get the same distance between both of those sides there. That wasn't exactly the right angle, but close. Okay, so this one we're probably going to have to trim just a little bit. We might want, since I put that one kind of at a funky angle, I may go ahead and make this like that. Yikes. And then this one is going to go here. We'll let that come all the way in, trim that just a tad. So you can see what I'm doing, just kind of playing with that, because like I said, they're not all going to go back in exactly. Even though you had a little bit of room, it's hard to get them exact. So you just may have to trim just a tad here and there. Okay. I'll trim that right there. Let's trim out just a little bit. And then we've got these extra little pieces that we can put right in there. You can see we may want to take that point off. I'm not going to glue that one till I get this bigger one in. Then we'll see how much we need to trim that. Anybody have any questions about this? Have you all ever tried the... Oh, Kathy, well, it does just get depressing sometimes, and it really helps to craft a lot of times. That is very therapeutic for a lot of people. So I'm glad this cheers you up with the Feel Better Soon. I hope you do feel better soon. Sometimes a weather change can cause a little bit of depression here and there, I think, with some people. I don't know what causes that. And all of us just go through times that are not as fun and exciting as other times. So Kathy, I hope you get over this stage very soon. because you are important to our group. We're happy to have you in it and love that you craft with us and share your ideas and about crafting with us. We love having you at class, and thanks a lot for posting on my sites. That's great. Us crafty peeps have to take care of each other, don't we? We've all got a common interest and know that it is so important to make handmade cards, to make and send and receive handmade cards. Yes, Kathy, I'm so sorry you had to struggle with that. I know I lost my parents within 6 months of each other, but I can't imagine losing a mom and a sister 5 days apart. That's a lot to go through. So you just need to take some time for yourself, and hopefully this too shall pass. I believe that. I believe the good Lord won't give us more than we can handle, right? I believe that's true. So you must be a strong one, Kathy. We're going to cut this a little shorter. And, whoa! Watch out. Make sure you're not cutting your card, too. I think I nicked this other ribbon. Okay, I'm going to tighten that up just a bit. Move that back over. Now we're going to see exactly where we want this, and we are almost through. We got to go back and make sure that we do have this kind of where the letters are straight like we wanted. But see how that just fits together like a puzzle piece, or puzzle pieces all in there. And that's called the shattered technique. Like I said, Jill Lancet was the first one who I saw did it. She hand stamped her own. She didn't use this DSP or any of the colors, or, you know, everything else is different, but that technique that I had not seen. So we're going to pop that up on dimensionals, and then we'll pop up the Feel Better Soon, and we will be done with this card already. Fun. See, it doesn't take long, right? Just kind of is a therapeutic thing to do, to sit and put those pieces back together. It's kind of hopefully kind of healing for people like Kathy who are kind of struggling with some issues, that maybe this would help to show that even if you've got a few cracks here and there and you're not exactly who you used to be, it can certainly turn out to be better in the end. So I think this is really more interesting to have all of these cracks. So even when you're shattered, you can still become whole again. How about that? Oh, Kathy's got a lot of new things in her craft room. So she's trying to work out some new fun things. These deckled circles, Kathy, we're going to be using those again in a class, and I'm going to show you a rocker card and all kinds of things. We're going to do that. I'm not sure if that's going to be fall or Christmas. We'll definitely do some for the holiday Christmas crafting retreat that I have coming up on October 28th. And I still have availability for that one. So I'm happy to if you are interested in finding out more about that, just please let me know. I'm happy to help. I don't have any link to a registration, but if you'll send me an email, or you can make a comment here, whatever you want to do, I'll be glad to send you the Google form so you can sign up for the whole retreat. Or I'm actually doing a class on Friday night, and then one Saturday morning, one Saturday mid-afternoon, one later afternoon, just kind of an all-day thing. You can come to all of it for one price, and then you can choose individual classes if you have conflicts and can't come to some of the others. You also can get the full retreat in a box that I can mail to you. So I can't share a lot of those yet. I have worked on, actually the one I was working on yesterday that I was so excited about is for our team swap. We're doing that with Sharon McCartney's team. She's a demonstrator here in Lubbock, and so we're doing a fun event at her house with our team members, and it is going to be lots of fun for team members. But the retreat is actually on October 27th and 28th. And of course, I have other classes in between now and then, and I'm trying to head up a high school 45th reunion that's on October 14th. So there's a lot going on here at the Pitts household, in Kelly's Craft Suite in particular. Oh my goodness. I don't know how I need to work on my no button, I've been told. But sometimes it's hard to say no when you've got people counting on you. All right. Those are the foam adhesive strips, and that's what I was suggesting for this card, just because some of the areas aren't quite big enough to hold the full dimensional or even a mini. So we want to make sure that's not showing from the front. Kind of scooch that a little bit. So I've found that these are just easier. And if you're going to have some skinny parts like these that need the support, these foam adhesive strips are a little bit deeper, or yeah, the depth is higher. The depth is more, whatever you want to say that, than the Stampin' Dimensional. They're taller than a Stampin' Dimensional. So you can't really mix them in here that well. So if you need the small strips, this is a great way to do it. Okay, and some of y'all may find this too busy, and it does cover up part of your technique that you did, but I really think it works well. So this would be one that you would definitely have to pay the extra postage, which means you would need a non-machinable surcharge stamp on it, which I think are like 75 cents or something like that now. But you can just buy those stamps, and you know that if you're putting the double dimensionals on it like that, you're going to have to pay the non-machinable surcharge because it's too thick to fit through the post office machines. Does that make sense? But if you're going to spend time making a handmade card and sending it to somebody and you want it to be special, then what is it? It's not that big a deal to do 20 cents more, in my opinion, for the postage. It's worth it to send them the card that you want to send them. So this one is going to go to my team member, Marion, who has had shoulder surgery recently. So, we were going to put some embellishments on here. Forgot. And I chose the iridescent. See where I put them? Right here. Iridescent rhinestones basic jewels for this, because they have that kind of, I don't know, it fits with the fractured or shattered card, just because of the reflection, and it almost looks like broken glass to me, where it's got reflections on all the sides. So we're going to put some of those in, and you could put 2 or 3 or whatever you want. This card looks quite a bit different than this one because it has so much more of the blue, but this is the same sheet of paper, just a different area on the 12 by 12 sheet that I've just cut out. So let's put one big one and see if we think that's too big. We're going to put that kind of like right in the center of that orange area. Then we'll take a medium one and put it over here, maybe. I'm just barely going to lay that there so that we can make a change if we want to. Let's get one of these right here. Smaller one. Kind of think we need one next to this, a little closer to the Feel Better Soon. So I'm going to put one in there. So those almost could look like the center of a flower or whatever. If you want them just in space and not inside one of the little floral areas or colored areas, that's great. Whatever you want to do. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need one more. And I like for them to make this stand out. So let's see. Would we want one actually? No, that's a little jicky, I think. Do we want one here? Do we want a medium one? There's not enough room over there. I think we're going to stick with this one right here. So we have all the sparkly and they look like they're different colors, but it's just because they are on different colored portions of the DSP. So there you go. How about that for a Feel Better Soon card? Y'all like that? I'd love to hear in the comments if this is something you've tried before or you want to try now. And please share this video with your crafty friends. And I hope you can come to one of my classes soon. And if you're interested in my Christmas crafting retreat that's coming up, I'll be happy to email you the information for that. I've got a Google form you can fill out. Easy. I just need your email address. That'll be great. All right. Well, y'all have a wonderful week, a fun afternoon, and we will see you soon. Fun times ahead. Yay. Have a great one. Bye. Bye, Kathy. Thanks for all your comments. I hope you are feeling better soon.